Good day. Today we are going to add, subtract, multiply, and divide real numbers. Okay, I know all you guys have done this, but we're going to review it. Okay, the first one, letter A, is 3 plus 5. They're both positive, so whenever they're positive, you're going to add them. And it gets the sign of both numbers. 3 and 5 are both positive, so 8 is positive. Whenever there's no sign, it's always addition. Okay, B, 3 plus negative 5. They're opposite signs here, so you need to take the difference of the two numbers. The difference of 3 and 5 is 2. And we take the absolute value of each number, the absolute value of 3 and negative 5. Whichever one is larger, it takes that sign, and the absolute value of negative 5 is 5. So it takes the sign of negative. Okay. Next one, same two numbers, but they're opposite signs again. So we're going to take the difference of the two numbers. The difference of 3 and 5 is 2. Absolute value of 3 is 3. Of negative 3 is 3, and the absolute value of 5 is 5. 5 is the larger number, and it's positive, so it's going to be a positive 2. On the next one, we have negative 3 plus negative 5. Again, this is just like A in the sense that they are the same sign. So we're going to add the two numbers, 3 and 5 makes 8, and it takes the sign of the two numbers, so negative 8 is the answer. Okay. Alright, subtracting real numbers. 3 minus 5 is the same thing as 3 plus a negative 5. Okay, so we're going to do a couple just to illustrate this. So if we have 4 minus a negative 3, okay, so we're going to change subtraction to addition. Okay, so we have changed one sign. Now we need to always change a sign that follows, so the negative 3 becomes positive. And we end up with 4 plus 3, which is 7. If you're okay with leaving it subtraction, that is fine. Let's try another one. Negative 7 minus 6. Okay, we're always going to leave the first one. Always leave the first one. So we're going to change to addition. Okay, which means the 6 is positive and we have to change that to a negative. Remember in math, you always have to do things in pairs. Okay, you're never going to just change to addition. You also have to change the sign that follows. Okay, now they're both the same sign, so we're going to add them. 7 plus 6 is 13, and they're going to take the sign of both numbers. So that would be negative 13. Okay. Let's do one more. 7 minus 9. Okay, so we always leave the first one. So we're going to change to addition, and the 9 becomes negative. Okay, some of you guys might know it's leave, add, opposite. Okay, whatever helps you remember. But here they're opposite signs, so I'm going to take the difference of them. The difference of 7 and 9 is 2, and the absolute value of 9 is higher than 7. So I'm going to take the sign of the 9, which makes it negative 2. The next thing we're going to do is multiply and divide real numbers. This is actually the easiest ones. Most of you guys like these. Okay, so if I take 2 times negative 4, okay, you always multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, and if you ever have one negative, the answer is going to be negative. Okay, so negatives have to go in pairs. Okay, so if you can remember that in multiplication division, negative always has to go in pairs. Okay, another way to do a multiplication problem. Negative 4, we can do a dot times negative 3. Okay. Now multiply 4 times 3 is 12. Now don't get confused, it doesn't take the negative. Here we have two negatives, which means we have our negatives in pairs. So my answer is going to be a positive 12. Okay. Remember, negatives go in pairs. Alright, let's look at division. 10 divided by negative 5. In algebra, we see most of our division as a fraction. Okay, so 10 divided by 5 is 2. We have one negative, but again, we need a pair of negatives, so that makes our answer negative. Okay. Another way you can see is with the division symbol. Alright, so we have negative 16 divided by negative 8, which is 2. And we have two negatives, so our answer is going to be positive. Alright, I hope that was a nice refresher course on integers, add, subtract, multiplying, and dividing. Hope you guys have a great day.